Ryan Austin, thanks for joining us. We said before all FA Cup wins are great, but in the FA Cup it's even better. What a performance tonight here at Newcastle Town.
Yeah, I think I thought we were sloppy when we first started the game, to be fair. Then when we built into the game, we've obviously had some sustained pressure. We've hit the bar twice and then obviously deservedly took the lead, I think. And then again we've conceded a sloppy goal. I'd probably have to see it again to see how it's quite gone in. I'm not sure how it's ended up hitting the back of our net, but it has. But we've shown some good character, to be fair. We've come back and obviously then gone on and win the game. And listen, it's a good habit. Well, it's not a good habit to go behind in games, but it's a nice habit to have characters where you can come from behind or recover from setbacks and go on and win the game. So yeah, massive positive. Yeah,
2 great free kicks from Lewis Bergins, but them ended up in the back of the net. Carl Diskin normally takes them, but obviously he's away on parental duty. So is there going to be a change in set piece taker when he comes back, or is it great competition?
Well, that's it. Listen, you want competition all over the pitch in every position, and if you've got set piece specialists, then so be it. Berg's obviously stood up tonight and put 2 great deliveries in. First one's obviously gone straight in. I think the second one's hit Jim O'Neill on the way in, or Jim O'Neill's actually flicked it in. It's actually a great header, to be fair to him. But yeah, we're happy with the delivery on them, and obviously we've got a big side, so we should be scoring a lot of set plays and we should be dangerous from them. So I'm pleased about that, because we spoke about it in detail before the game.
Yeah, doesn't matter who scores, it goes in the back of the net. I'm sure that's the main thing for you.
Yeah, without a doubt. At the end of the day, it doesn't really concern me who scores goals. It's all about obviously getting into the next round of the cup, and we knew we already had a home tie waiting against Cleethorpes, so we know it's going to be a tough game, but we look forward to that now Saturday and start preparing for that.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned their goal. I suppose that's the only blot on the copybook from an excellent performance tonight.
Well, I think it's the only shot they've had on target, to be honest. I think Kieran hasn't had a great deal to do at all game, and Newcastle had a lot of possession, which I knew they would do. We let them have the ball in certain areas where they weren't going to hurt us, and then I think we protected Kieran well. We've defended well. We haven't had any mistakes, and then obviously we've conceded from a free kick, which I still think we should have done better with.
Yeah, and the free kick as well hit Lewis Bergin on the hand. Slightly unfortunate, because he was in a natural position from how I saw it at any rate.
Yeah, well, I'm not 100% sure about that. Obviously he's hitting from very close. The referee's got a better view than I have, so I'm not going to start criticising for that, to be honest. At the end of the day, we've given a free kick away. I still think we need to defend it better. Whether that means the wall's in a better position or Kieran needs to be in a better position, but again, I'll speak to the lads about that.
Yeah, and we spoke before on Twitter about you 3 years. Where would that game rank? Because you've had some great games in the FA Cup, not least last season's run.
Well, that's it. The FA Cup seems to bring out special moments, to be fair. And like you say, 3 years ago today I took over and we had a 2-1 victory away at Stafford, and we've done the same today, a 2-1 victory away at Newcastle. So obviously, long may that continue. We want to try and have a relationship with the FA Cup, which obviously brings revenue into the club. It's a special competition, and hopefully this year we can emulate what we did last year. Yeah,
quite a way to go, but can Kidsgrove make the first round for the first time in the club's history?
Well, we'll certainly be giving everything we can. I believe in the players that we've got in that dressing room. I've said multiple times, and we didn't have the greatest start results-wise, but performance-wise we've been there or thereabouts where I expected us to be. And if we keep believing in what we're doing, eventually the results will come, and we're showing that now.
Yeah, back-to-back wins as well, as you mentioned, so that's a lot pleasing. It's looking a lot rosier than what it was 7 days ago.
Well, that's it, yeah. Two wins are always nice. You welcome wins in football at any time, but when we hadn't quite had the results that we wanted at the start of the season, then you start getting a little bit anxious and looking over your shoulder a little bit. But listen, I told the lads, keep believing, I'll keep shouldering the pressure. I'm the one who's put the squad together, and I know we've got a good dressing room in there, so eventually they've got the rewards with 2 results in 4 days.
Yeah. Jimmy Phillips noticed was doing a bit of the warm-up. Is he not too far away from being in contention?
Well, we're hoping so, yeah. I mean, obviously Jimmy was a bit unlucky, really. Picked up a bit of an innocuous hamstring injury, if you like, in training, and he's never really recovered from it. He's been out for probably 6, 7, 8 weeks now, if I'm being honest. So hopefully we're getting somewhere near where we need to be, and he'll be joining back in training with us on Thursday and back in contention in the near future. Yeah,
Saturday now, Cleethorpes at home. What's your thoughts ahead of the game? Because they've had a great start to the season riding high, but it is at the Autonet Insurance Stadium.
Yeah, listen, well, there's some good sides in this league, but I believe we'll be a match for anyone on a day, so we'll do our own work on Cleethorpes between now and then. I'm aware that they've had a good start, scoring a lot of goals. They're also shipping a few goals, and we've got firepower at that end, and we've tightened up a little bit at the other end, so I'm looking forward to the game. It'll be a good test for us though.
Yeah, international break means no Stoke City playing, other teams in the local area, the Manchester clubs, Birmingham clubs, they're not playing. Hopefully be able to get a good attendance at the Autonet Insurance Stadium.
Well, hopefully people will pick up on the romance of the cup and see that we had a good run last year, and hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 through the door, and if we do, then it's obviously important that we put a performance on to try and get fans coming back and watch us week in, week out.
Yeah.